ignore that mess. What I'm going to do here now, I mentioned in one of my projects that I had to build this up and make an L-shaped desk here. In which case I'm going to have to also move up this bracket. And the weather has warmed up again, and I'm thinking about going out now and getting some boards to put here. So the desk should go almost to the wall and out to the end. So if I take it 2 inches from the wall, I'll make it 66 inches long. This part will come out 2 feet. First I'll have to shovel myself a path to the shed. Welcome to my shop. I'll turn the lights on here. And set you down right there for now. It doesn't seem to be overly cold in here. I have my wood rack stacked over here. Take this one out. And before I start this, I had to point something out to you. When you're doing something like I am attempting to do now, you need lumber that is straight grain. You notice how the grains are running straight across the wood here, and if I go down the board, straight grain lumber. You can put that in beside your stove. Doesn't matter how the humidity changes, that board will stay flat. I have an idea in the future to tell you about that what I just said. You can't go to your lumber yard and get this kind of board. How do you find it? Would you like for me to do a video on this channel of my woodworking endeavors, or should I start another channel? Leave that in the comments. Now we said 66 inches, right? See, that's almost 5 inches, so I need enough boards now to make up 2 feet. $24 inches. That's okay. We'll settle with that. For that shelf, I don't think I should glue them together as a solid panel. Just put them in as separate boards and put a screw down through each one. I have the surface boards there. Wondering if I should use these as the brace underneath. See, they're only 30 inches long, so I can cut them off at 2 feet, cut them in half, and that would make it good for a brace. That's what I'll do. I have a ruler set up on this, so all I have to do is take this clamp, put it at 24 inches. I'll take the board, put it up against the clamp, and cut it off. Now this board is, as we said, almost 5 inches. It's actually exactly 12 centimeters. So we'll put the 12 centimeters, not the 12 centimeters, 6 is half 12, isn't it? Right there. And now for that thing, I put on safety glasses and earmuffs because it's loud and dangerous for your eyes. So now I have 3 pieces that are almost 6 centimeters and 2 feet long. The plan is to put them together like that. And when I cut out my second piece, I add this piece. So I'll put it crossways. Doesn't matter exactly how long. So really all I have to do is turn this thing to 45, and I don't think it's going to swing that way. No. So I'll have to turn it over to 45 on this side. And as I said, I'm just going to cut them off just 45 each side. With our 2 boards connected like that. And we have that one sitting there. Unfortunately, I had to put that together in the house because the drill and drill bits to do this is in the house. So I will cut another piece of board and cut the other ones, and we'll go inside. Now, of course, I don't want any splinters, so make sure I got all the splinters off the edges. And when you're just one person by yourself, you can never have too many clamps. Now, I take one of these. What I'll do, it's lined up flush right here, and I have to drill in, put a screw in right here. Thing about drilling a hole in on an angle is that you have to start it in straight first, and then as soon as it starts to go into the wood, you need to turn it toward the angle that you want. And so I want to go straight down that board, so I want it to go in about right there. Put a second one in. This is a narrow board, so you'll go in about the center of this board. Now I have to make sure this is square, you see. There, square there. This one's a little bit thicker than those two, so I have to plane it down some. Now I've got it flush. same height as this table, which to here, because the boards will go on top, 27 inches. Just under. So let's just move this one up a bit. Now, as we said, it was 27 inches. That's from this matting. They were put in this position because this is where the stud is. So it needs to go right there. I pre-drilled it and put the screws in so that it's much easier. I don't have to hold on to the screw and try to get it into the wood while I'm holding this up. Make sure that's going up there level. Like this. Now to put in the boards. I could smooth it out. As you can see, it's almost level, which is good. One screw in each board will do. Then I had to cut myself a cloth and hem it up, etc., etc., so that took some time. So there we are. Step number 1 done. Time for shelf number 2. I already have some good boards here, but they are too long. Those 2 are good. I have to take these 3 out to the shed with me. We'll do our 2 feet first at 66 inches. So this one now, this is a good one. I'll keep this out for that stable wood demonstration that I mentioned. Now we can decide here. This one's 5 1/4. So if I cut it in half, I'd have basically 2 2x3. This one's a little under 5. This one's 5 1/4. So I can get 4 2x3 there. 5, 6, 7. Actually, I only need 5, 6 to it, don't I? And because I want a smaller space between those top and bottom shelf, mainly to lower the top shelf a little bit, I'm going to cut 2 of the 2x3 at 20 inches instead of 24. In which case, I'll take this one and we'll rip it on the table saw. These do have a little ruler here, but I like to actually measure it to make sure, because when they start to wear, now this is a fairly new one, but when they do start to wear, sometimes they won't clamp up exactly straight across. So we're cutting off 2.5 inches. So we got 2.5 inches to the blade, not to the outside but to the inside. Since these will be up quite visible, I'm going to give them a little different treatment. I have a trimming router with a 1/2 inch roundover bit. And now I'm going to coat them in linseed oil. Boiled linseed oil. If my memory serves me correctly, the reason it's boiled is because raw linseed oil will go rancid. Like linseed oil, because you can just dip your fingers in and wipe it on. Very much on like polyurethane or something. Put on a lot because this will soak into the wood now. And now I leave it for a while. When I come back, when it's dry, it should still look wet. And I've also coated these in the oil. Leaving them overnight. They're nice and dry now. All the oil is soaked in. And they still retain that wet wood look. I think the wet look is more noticeable on these boards. Maybe it's the lighting. Now I've got a couple boards here that I'll put down there as spacers so that I can just rest the bracket on it, and then I'll have a space between that and the bottom shelf so that I can put the cloth underneath. I'll take out those spacers. Because I'm going to be putting plants on this, and possibly one of those seed starter trays. If you put water in a seed starter tray, you want it to go out over the entire bottom of the tray at a even nature. So I have to make sure that this is level both lengthwise and widthwise. So my first task is to make sure that the bracket is level up and down. That gives me a nice level surface here, or in theory. Almost. Don't like that. Let's make it so that the top surface is level. If I just do that again, will it be level across this way? Not quite. This one needs to drop down a little bit. Okay. That says it's level. That's level lengthwise. Surprise, surprise, it's level. This one isn't. You need to come up on the outside. So how much? I just back off 2 screws, leaving the top one in. I'm going to have to back them all the way out. Little spacer. Makes it level that way. Now I got to ensure it's still level this way. Yes. Now, in theory, should be level across this way. It's level. Looking good. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. I have the other side to do. I'll do that in another video. But here is the desk side. See you next time.